Alright, good evening. Welcome again on board on another one of my late night streams. And this time I'm trying something new. This is something that I just discovered today. This game is not completely new, it's already about 1 year old. It's still in early access. And to me it looks like this is a very small alternative development studio, probably just a few guys, and they have achieved something. Yeah, this is really, I would say this is the best sailing feeling on a historical ship that I ever had in a game. Pretty amazing actually. So the gameplay, yeah, it's early access. The idea of the game is that you do trading, and it seems like I didn't dive deep in. I just started, so I'm gonna do the deep dive. Well, or the deeper dive, deepish dive now together with you. And I'm pretty curious. The game is about trading, so it's not combat or something, but it looks like you can move in a complete open world, And it reminds me pretty much of, our joint old love, U-boat, the submarine simulation. So this is not about war, obviously, but peaceful trading. But still you have this complete open world, and as it looks like, you have all these details, and the physics model of the ship is really, really great. So if you have ever put a step, your feet onto the deck of a sailboat, you might love this one. So let's get in. Let's start a new game. I think I would like to have fast speed enabled, but let's disable simple navigation. I'm curious on that one. So let's go for that and start. So it looks like you always start in London. Let's see if it is like that again. Yeah, it looks just the same. So yeah, London. Don't quite know what period of time might it be. If I look at the ship, it might be something like 18th century, early 18th century. Maybe something like that. Maybe earlier. So here we are. This is our little nice ship. And if we look at the status bars up there, there is money, there is our health, there is drink, there is food, there is stamina, there is tiredness. And yeah, it's June the 6th, and time of the day gives us a rough indication that the sun is just before lunchtime. And as it looks like, we have strong wind. This most right top bar there being at maximum. So what I already found out is that we can buy some supplies. So this is what we need. We need a bit of water. Let's take 5 gallons or whatever it is of water. Let's take 5 whatever it is of food. So we have cargo space of 40, and 10 is now being used with water and food supply. So this is no, I don't know, what about candles? Maybe it would be good to have a spare candle. What's the price? Seems to be pretty expensive, so no spare candle for now. But what okay, now let's see. We can hire a crew. I already found out that you can have a maximum of 6 sailors on that ship. So let's get to the pub. By the way, I'm not yet quite sure with the controls. Camera C. That doesn't work. I can't change the camera view. All right. There is a handbook. That's not too bad. What about the basics? Sailing, navigation. thought I could change view by pressing C, but it doesn't work. Camera. Crouch, sprint, jump, yeah, all you need. Interact, spyglass. Camera, yeah, I don't know, at the moment it looks like we can't change the camera view, and this is the tavern. Get me some sailors, so it costs obviously 20. So let's get 2 additional sailors. And accept them. So now let's get back to that trader. Yeah, the graphics is basic but nice, I would say. And here now I can have contracts to deliver stuff to somewhere. So let's see what is the closest that we can do. Maybe Amsterdam. So we are in the west wind, mainly west wind, westerly winds, hopefully. So let's go for Amsterdam. And we have to deliver something to there, whatever it is, and it will give us a bit of reward if we do that. I never tried that, so we are really doing something new together right now. So now we have a contract to deliver whatever something to Amsterdam, and we have 2 crewmates. There they are. Skylarking on the deck. What we can do now, this I already found out with the ship's log. Yeah, 1 contract can go for the crew, and now let's add 1 sailor and a 2nd sailor. So now they are available as crew. 1 is on the 1st watch and 1 is on the 2nd watch. Well, if it were correct, historically correct, you maybe have more something like 3 watches and having them go every 4 hours. A bit closer, but I already like that. So this is what you might call a cutter. And now, well, it seems to be pretty windy, although it doesn't quite look like that. Now we have to get away, we have to get out. And so, I was already trying around, so you have the halyards for the outer jib, the jib, and the stay sail. So to get the bows around, I would start, well, let's look at the telltale. So the wind is coming from afar, but a bit to the, well, starboard. Hey, not wet, just cold. No, not that I found out. I think it's not co-op, actually. I think it's no co-op option. So what are we going to do? We will get up the outer jib. There it goes. Auto drip sheet. So let's release this one, and now we quickly have to get to the steering wheel. So you could sail such a ship on your own, but it's pretty tricky. I could also let this guy take over the helm, but at the moment I would better try it myself, because I'm not yet sure it actually does work to control the crew. Now, let's carry on here, and let's run out, slacken outer jib. I think we have to correct the course again. Not to hit the pier there. Yeah, it's obviously strong winds at the moment. So if you do the right mouse button, the helm will be fixed in this position. If you leave it just so, it will slowly turn back to the center position. So right now I want to have it fixed. Haul it in, get it out. On this course, yeah, okay. There we are. So the jibs gives us already quite some headway. And just with the jib, the ship is, a bit bulky to control. So, halyard. There we go. Okay, guys. Oh, the sheet is far too. I have to slacken. I definitely have to slacken the sheet. Can't go like that. We are running aground. Get me to the helm. A lot to do if you sail this ship on your own. In these confined waters here. But it feels pretty realistic. I mean, it's a while ago, but I've been doing quite some sailing. I've been doing dinghy sailing for several years. Hey, shall we keep it safe at that point before something terrible happens? How can we do that? Quick save, exit without saving. Yeah, let's do the quick save, please. Does it work? I hope it does. I think we have to slacken the mainsail a bit more. So The wind comes from a beam. Let's just make sure that we don't run around here. It's pretty strong winds actually. Let's see if we can have a stable course like that. And slacken this sheet a bit more. And correct the course a bit. There we go, with a hell of a speed actually. So something we can do now is we can log our speed. Oh, we are going pretty fast. 8, 9, 10 knots, 11 knots, 12 knots. That's quite something. So our job is to go for Amsterdam. And let's hope that sooner or later we could apply a bit of time acceleration. I wouldn't like to go for Amsterdam in real time. Maybe it's alright. Maybe I should put up more sails with this extremely strong wind. What's our course? We are going more or less due east, aren't we? Yeah, not quite, but almost. Okay, now we are in a stable course. And we are sailing down the Thames, having started in London. We are sailing down the Thames, yeah, towards the sea, the North Sea actually. Maybe slacken it a bit more, the mainsail sheet. Well, I could also set the topsail. I'm not quite sure if I dare to do that. So I'm getting tired. I have no idea what I can do when I get tired. I just have these two sailors. Well, I could assign him from the helm, I think. To sail a particular course. Yeah, this is great. You could use a sextant. Yeah, we are going due east, and that's fine for now, I think. So please go for the helm. Let's see what he is going to do. No, food. Hey guy, what are you doing? That's bullshit. Okay, shit. Okay, there was some default setting. And now I put the course to east. And this is something before you send a sailor to the helm, you probably, obviously you should make sure that the right course is set. Now let's see what he's gonna do. Wow. Now we are flat before the wind. Yeah, he's just doing the helm actually. He's not working on the sail, so this is what I have to do. So now he's just holding the course east. That's alright. Wind speed has reduced, so I could set some sails. Let's get up the staysail. There we go. Slacken the sheet. That one a bit. And the inner jib. Getting it up as well. There we go. Let's also slacken this one. The windward sheet. I love these mechanics. You have the two sheets, you have to slacken the windward sheet and tighten the lee sheet a bit. That feels great. And there she goes. And now I could actually set the topsail. Yeah, let's operate the topsail halyards. And there she goes. The topsail. What's my ship's name? Good question. Let me see. Betty? I think Betty is the name. I'd check it. So we have the wind from astern, more or less straight astern. Slope, Betty. All right. That's it. And yeah, you see this bar up there, the status bar with the eye. Bismarck Mark II. So we are getting tired sooner or later, and you also see we are getting hungry and thirsty. I'm not quite sure what I have to do. Here we see the status, so this sailor needs some food and drink just as well. But I don't know what I have to do. to give him food, or if he does get it by himself when he joins Overwatch. So this is also beautiful, isn't it? So there is cargo. Maybe I should close the hatch when there is water coming over. And well, where is my Overwatch guy? I thought it would be down here, but yeah, okay, it's maybe not that realistic, but I have a second sailor, haven't I? Oh, let's hope that we are not taking too much water when the hatch is open. We can operate the pump. Yeah. Here I have the crew. So, Jack George and George Morris are the two crewmates that I have. First watch and second watch. But now, what do I have to do to get them food? Is it Maris or is it George? It's Maris. Okay, that's the guy from the second watch, and this is why he gets tired. But let's hope that he can stand watch until he's released by my other mate. Now, the kitchen. I can eat and drink. But how can I make the sailors eat and drink? So here is the map. So this is London, so we must be somewhere around here. So I would just continue eastward until we hit the Dutch coast and then follow it. So that's not too much of trickery or rocket science with the navigation. Yeah, there is no status which tells us how much water we have in the bilge. Yeah, the game is still early access, but I really love this, how it feels. Is this already the European coast there? No, it isn't, is it? Well, we have spyglass, haven't we? Might be. Not quite sure, to be honest. Yeah, but let's just carry on and sail due west, due east. Nice, the sun is going down. Could it be that we are already here? Might be. Yeah, sooner or later we will have to check how the navigation actually works to to get our position. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, the moon has risen. Yeah, I think this is already the Dutch coast probably that we have there. So you get some time acceleration when you sleep. Nice. So it makes a lot of sense to have these additional sailors. It looks like he's still alright. What about wind direction? Yeah, the sails are alright. We still have the wind more or less straight from astern. So sailing position should be alright. Yeah, I do. The sun has set. Yeah, my gut feeling in the moment is that it's a little bit unrealistic. Yeah, to cross the channel it would take you several hours. So the speed is somehow adjusted, I would say. Let's give it another quick save. Hey Pit, that's great. Thanks for the raid. It's a pleasure to have you in. How was your stream? Have you been streaming U-Boat again? And yeah, all of you guys, thanks for joining. I would be very curious if anybody of you knows this game here. Yeah, so how was it going? You're still doing the hardcore thing, like when you die on U-Boat? Yeah, permadeath, yeah. Respect. Yeah, the name of this game is Sail the Seas, and it has a beautiful model of sailing. So I never had any game before where sailing feels that realistic. So at the moment we are pretty idle, not much to do. Wind is straight from astern, and I have all the canvas up that we have, and yeah, the sheets are slackened for the mainsail and for the jib. Yeah, outer jib, inner jib, and the staysail. Oh, what's happening? Okay, starting to rain, and the wind has changed a bit. Oh, whoa, whoa, it's getting gusty. Maybe I should get down the topsail. Guys, please get down the topsail. That would be good. The wind speed indicator on the top right says that wind speed has severely increased. Maybe I should close the doors. A bit of pumping just in case. And there we go. And yeah, great. So this completely reduced our visibility. Don't see much anymore. Let's reduce our canvas. yet. Let's get that out as well. We are gonna do a jibe, probably. Any minute. Yeah, we have to. We should, in real life, you should have to make sure that you do a Patenthalse right now. I don't quite know what the term is in English. And here we go. Yeah, I'm not that far yet in U-boat. I'm in September 42, and I never went further before, so at the moment I'm not yet confronted with hedgehogs. So I should try to keep clear of the coast and order my helmsman to go a little bit more northerly than east. That's pretty atmospheric. Now we are going butterfly. Let's see how fast we are going. 3 knots, 4 knots. Let's log our speed. 12 knots. This weather we might not recognize when you're passing by Amsterdam. Hey, come on, I'm going to reduce canvas. Let's take down the outer jib. Yeah, I already have the Type 7C, yep. But I started with the Type 2. At the beginning of the war. And yeah, you really recognize that the abilities of the Allies get better and better. That's so amazing. I fear we are about to get lost. Look at that. It's beautiful. I mean, the graphics in principle is relatively basic, but the atmosphere of the game is great. And you can, yeah, it's so flexible. You really can do butterfly. See, our mainsail is on starboard side and the staysails are on port side. It kind of maximizes our canvas area. Let's see how fast we are going now that we have taken away the outer jib. Okay, a bit slower, 10 knots and a bit. So this game is early access. And it's already a year out and I never knew about it. Since years I'm looking for a historical sailing simulator. And this one here is really doing the physics. just keep in the course. Yeah, okay. 1 second. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, better like that. So that's the maximum now, at least in game. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, thanks. It's always very important for me to get your feedback. On these things, because yeah, I never quite recognize when I kind of fuck it up by myself with the settings, like sound. So always, oh shit, guy, we are running into. There's the shore. Let's go northeast, please. We are running straight. Wow, in the fog. That feels realistic. That was okay. There we go. This is how it is when you're sailing in bad weather and suddenly you see trees right in front of you. You really have to keep your eyes open. And now we've changed course. It's a bit weird that this sheet, the stay sail sheet, yeah, let's put it onto the other side. Haul it in. And there it is. Yeah, beautiful. There it is on the other side. I do get the gut feeling that we are doing. I have to stow away the other jib. Come down. We are just having too much canvas up. The storm would stop so that we can take a bearing of our position. Yeah, it's single player, so you can actually pause the game. Hey, yeah, it's so great that you are coming in with all these guys with your stream put. And yeah, well, I think I was interrupted by that little storm coming up. I just only today I discovered this little gem here and just tried it out for a few, something like half an hour in the afternoon, and it's great. Feels so great, like no, it's not a pirate simulator. Actually, it's kind of a trade simulator, and at the moment my job is to bring any cargo from London to Amsterdam. Sorry, the storm is so loud. I think there is no combat in the game, at least yet. It's early access, and it looks, I guess it's a very small studio, probably just a few guys doing this, but they are still working on the game. There were regular updates the last month, so I checked that before I got this one. And would be comfortable if we had a bit better visibility. here, and now I would like to eat half a ration and drink half a ration, and I have no idea what I have to do to get supplies, food to my men. I don't know where I am. Probably somewhere here. No chance to figure that out at the moment. But that's realistic. That's how it was actually back then. So I don't know. I think if you leave the door open, you will probably take a hell lot of water. Yeah, the wind is still coming more or less from abaft. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't run ashore unexpectedly. My character's getting tired. You see the status bar with the eye. That's the tiredness. I just ate something and drank something. But I'm a bit worried. Actually, we have that bar up there where there is the moon. So the moon moves, and now it's just after midnight because the moon is quite in the center of that bar. And what kind of... Okay, there was change of watch, so it looks like that they, whenever they change watch, that they get food. So that's very good. So at 12 o'clock, watch changed, and now it's George on the helm. I really wonder if I ever find Amsterdam in this. Some speed. Let's log our speed. I don't know yet. I'd never tried it. So if I put up all the canvas and put myself quite into the way of the wind, I could try. Okay, 11.5 knots. Lovely. That looks quite spectacular, I would say. So the effects are great, even if the graphics is not the best. It's still, yeah, you have this real feeling, like you have, limited visibility. You have the ship being tilted according to the wind, the spray going up, water coming over the boardwalk. It feels realistic. Yeah, I do know a little bit what I'm talking about. It's some years ago, but back then I have been doing dinghy sailing for several years, and so sailed on the yacht of my uncle on the North Sea. And yeah, the behavior of that ship is the most realistic one that I ever saw in such a kind of historic sail ship simulator. You can control each single sail very realistically. see land ahead, but then it's just a big wave. Just moving too fast. I'm gonna miss Amsterdam, I guess. What's the course that I'm sailing at the moment? Yeah, northeast roughly. Yeah, up there, the telltale, the flag is actually our telltale. So the wind is coming from almost straight abaft. Yeah, look at that. Looks like the weather is improving. We get some better visibility. The wind has been reducing. And yeah, okay, so we are not too far from the shore. It looks like we were pretty lucky that we didn't run shore. And yeah, we had good lookouts. Now the question is, are we already past Amsterdam? The moon back there, pretty beautiful. Okay, that guy is resting at the moment. What is it about our supplies? Yeah, I need food and drink, and the 2 sailors that I hired, they also need food and drink. Great. This is amazing. I'm pretty surprised that I never heard about this game before. Does anybody of you in the chat knows that game? Have you ever heard of it? Or maybe even played it? I think it's complete open world. So according to what I read is that you can sail the whole world actually. Maybe I should turn off the light because it's gonna be used. The candles are gonna be used up. So maybe at that point I started to go like that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's a game for sailing nerds, but maybe not. Maybe it's just great for anybody who wants to get a little bit, yeah, closer to the experience, how it could have been to sail a historic sailing ship. So we have to check as soon as we are reaching these islands. We should turn south for Amsterdam. That might be possible to track them down. Let's operate the pumps. So it might be there. So let's change course a little bit more easterly. Let's go east-northeast. Might be that we are gonna jibe like that. Let's wait. Wind speed is reducing. Well, why not setting the topsail? Yeah, wind speed has been reducing considerably. But I think I'm gonna get the topsail back down because I need to get a little bit of rest before we get to the port, and so it would not be too bad if we go a little bit slower. Let's give it a save. See how this actually works out. I'm not quite sure about the mechanisms of sleep. So, alright. So I think that's it. We are there. Okay, like that I actually do regain some of my fitness. So you see that bar, which is close to that eye on top. It has increased a bit. So at that point now, Mr. George, please set our course a little bit more southerly. Maybe start with something like east or southeast. And let's see that we bear down between the mainland and that first island. Oh guys, I cannot tell you how much I love this. Okay, let's... Whoop! Okay, that would have been it. That might have killed me in real life. That was a jibe. Hey, that pretty much looks like we are on our way to Amsterdam. Ah, hey, Luke. Sorry, I haven't seen your comment on YouTube. I was in the Twitch chat. Yeah, Luke, are you still there? So Luke actually asks if this one is better than Following Seas. And from the mechanics, well, I think graphics-wise, Following Seas might be a bit better, but if you consider the mechanics of sailing, I would say this one here is better than Following Seas. And I better like the ships, actually. On Following Seas, well, you have the Latin rigged ships, which is alright, but then you have the junks and quite exotic types of ships. And here you just have, for example, a sloop. And I also saw you can sail a schooner as well. That is actually a ship that I ran into when I tried this out in the afternoon. I just didn't have the money to buy it, but at least you could upgrade to a schooner and maybe to even more complex ships. I don't know what they already have implemented. In the preview video they actually also show full rigged ships. So shall we go a little bit faster? But let's first stop just for curiosity. How fast are we going right now? We're only 5 knots, so might make sense. Well, first it makes sense to give it a save. I hope that saving actually works. And let's get up the top. So there it comes. So this is a lot more canvas now. Okay, so now we have the wind more from the starboard. Okay, A and D. Let's have it a bit more like that. That should be alright, I would guess. And on such a course it would also make sense to deploy the jibs. Not much faster actually. And yeah, we still have to haul in closer to the wind. I think I'm gonna have to get that one down. But the jibs actually do make sense. Get this one up. Hey, we have birds singing. What is this? Yeah, that's nice sailing now. And this is Amsterdam. Speed. Okay, so the jib gave us really some extra speed. Okay, but wind speed has been increasing just as well. Here we are. Now we have to get more close out. Let's see how close can we actually come to the wind. Okay, here I have to so now we are really close, Howard. Maybe too close. But we are still making speed, I think. Nope. We aren't making any headway. So we have to fall off a bit. Let's see if this is gonna give us a bit more speed now. Yeah, sooner or later we're gonna tack towards Amsterdam over there. Hey, Chainsaw, great to have you in. Did you just come into the stream, or have you been watching? The wind is kind of changing. We have to fall off more. Yes, it is. It's a sailing simulation and kind of a trading simulation. So let's get the sheet in. So at the moment I did take a job to deliver something to Amsterdam. I started in London. And right now we are on the way to Amsterdam, and at the moment it looks like we are going to succeed. Amsterdam is over there. We got into quite some heavy weather, which looked beautiful. I need to sleep. Really just getting too tired at the moment. What's our... At least we are doing a bit of speed right now. 2, 3, 4. Ah, nice, okay. Very good. Okay, what is the guy doing? Hey, what was that? I really didn't tell you to change the course. Obviously we had some kind of drastic change of wind direction. So that's good. Nice as we bear. Maybe now I could change course for 90 degrees, and that should bring us to Amsterdam finally. So let's order our guy here to change course from southeast to southwest. So this will... Now we are going through the wind. Let's hope that we do have sufficient speed for that maneuver. And there we go. Yes, I have to reload sheets. Yeah, just with one guy at the sheets, that's really a little bit... Yeah, we are a little bit, how would you call it, undermanned. So let's reel in this one. Yeah, we are right in the wind. Like that, we are not going to make any headway. Not the halyard. Stay so. Come on, let's reel it in. This one just as well. Hey, where is Amsterdam? Straight ahead, okay. That looks good. Okay. Flapping sail. Can we haul it in a bit more? There we go. But maybe we are a bit too close, or I feel that we are not doing much speed. Yeah, we are. Yeah. We have to fall off a bit. And I'm a bit worried about the fact that I am getting too tired. Drink something. And I need to get some sleep. Alright, we are closing in for Amsterdam. There it is. So let's get down. Stay so. Nah, not this one. The other one, the jib. It goes down. And now, this is gonna be tricky. Now we have to maneuver ourselves into the port to moor. Let's give it a quick save and see if there is enough seamanship with us to do that. No. At least up to now, it's early access and no cannons. For now, it's just some kind of a trade simulator and a sailing simulator, and I pretty much like that. I pretty much like that. But this now is gonna be a challenge. How are we gonna do that? Get into port. Like that. What's our speed? Just to get some estimate. Logging the speed, something like 6, almost 7 knots. So, question is where to moor and how to. I want to get the mainsail down. Come on, change course. Ah, we are running into the... That wasn't too bad. At least we didn't run. Can I take over the helm? Get some rest, I take over. Let's see if the wind might be drifting us. Drop anchor. What about the mooring line? Put back. What can I do with the mooring line? No. Let's see if we are gonna drift towards the pier. Yeah, it might work. Might work. Let's reel this one out. And do it like that. So with this, we should be pushed back a bit. That's pretty professional what I'm doing here. And I think it's gonna work. See, now the wind is pushing the bow slightly around and giving us some backwards momentum. That's so great. Yeah, maybe you have to be a sailing nerd for that. Not quite sure. So get the sheet a little bit more tight and see that the wind actually pushes us towards the quay, towards the pier. Nah, we shouldn't be going ahead. We should be going backwards, actually. So, to be honest, that's no, not 100% realistic. Let's see what we get. So I'll give it a save, a quick save, and then see how does this work to get the mooring line. Ah, shit. And now you have no chance to get back on board, can you? Ah, no, here you can. Do I still have the... Nope. Ah, shit. I'm too tired, I need some sleep. Don't like that. Really don't like that. So let's get back on board. And get down the sail for now. Just... Oh, come on. Ah, fuck. Sorry. Why can't I do that? Yes, here I am. And here I have the mooring line. Attach the rope. Hey, yip yip. Nice to have you in. How are you doing? You see me trying something completely new. Alright, so now let's get down the sail. Stow it away. I'm tired. Maybe I first have to get some sleep. I mean, in-game. Yeah, yep, you see me trying out something new. That's a game that I just discovered today. So can I get some fitness back? My stamina is down. I moored the ship. Okay, there I got some stamina back. Give it a save. Quick save, you never know. And now I guess I have to get to the shore. Or let's first check our logbook. We are actually at Amsterdam. What about our contracts? Yeah, our job was to go for Amsterdam. Should give us some money. Ah, yes. So the ship is moored. Let's see if we find a trader here and if we can actually finish that assignment. Yeah, I'm fine. Had a nice and quiet Saturday and pretty much enjoying the fact that I'm not gonna have to go for work tomorrow. Just maybe 1 or 2 hours. So I have to do a little bit of work. Some things which I just didn't manage to do the last weeks. Some backlog. Now the trader. Contract complete. 613 whatsoever. Pieces of 8. Reward. Nice. Alright. That was successful. So we have some money, so we can get some food. We can get some sleep. And, well, I have to be AFK just for a minute. Be back in a minute. Yeah, back again. So the game is, yeah, in a nice open world setting. So when I'm here, let's buy some food and drink for me and the crew. That's supplies. And food. Like that. Yeah, quite expensive to keep all that stuff. Yeah, I think you really should make sure that your ship is moored well, or it would just drift away. And so if I were going on board of that guy, you see that guy on the ship. I could buy that ship if I would like to. Let's see if we get any more contracts. Not too far. So it's the Netherlands, so there are windmills. Nice. Stereotype. So what kind of contracts can we get? I want to have something around here. Martinique. Wow, that's all so far away. No, no, no. Cagliari is the closest, I think. No space for that one. Dubrovnik, we could do that. Shall we try and sail all the way to Dubrovnik? Yeah, I don't dare to do trading. I have no idea what good prices are or what bad prices are. So let's do a contract for Dubrovnik. Let's do that one. Get that on board. And maybe get some more supplies to be on the safe side. One more water, one more food. Wind speed is really going up at the moment. Give it a save, quick save. I hope that works. I hope that works. And there we are, back on board. And the crew. 2 helmsmen. What do I have to do to get the guy back to the helm? I think I sent him away. Oh, there is a bit of water in there. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's hope that this was not a bug. Maybe it is. So I don't get the guy anymore. It's his watch. I sent him away because I wanted to take over the helm by myself. He should be sitting there. Yeah, we have to rest by ourselves. Game speed. Moon is rising. Scroll wheel to zoom. Yeah, I need some rest before we can carry on sailing. And there is obviously no time limit for these contracts. Let's wait until the morning and then keep going. Cast off. Okay, there we are, sunrise. How do I stop it? And yeah, I urgently need some drink. Like that. Okay, now he's at the helm. Who are you? It's Mr. George. Great to have you. Give this save again. Can I release? Okay, nice. Could haul in the mooring line or let it. Put it back. Nice. Wonderful. I love that. I really love the feeling of the game. So my kind of health was deteriorating. I don't know why. No. Okay. The wind is coming from more or less straight ahead. So let's get the staysail up. So put it back. So this should bring us around 4. And on the south. Let's slacken it on that side and reel it in on this side. This is what I want to have. I want to have the bows being pulled around. Okay, we are starting to move. Nice. So this should bring the bows around. be our course. I would like to go, yeah, south actually. All right. Yeah, I want to pass the stern of that guy. Let's just hope that we don't run into him. Okay, let's see if this will bring our bows around. Okay, we get a better lever if we get the outer jib up. It's reeled out completely. So have it closed here. Great. We're gonna pass around that guy. There we are. Wow, that feels great. That feels really like sailing in real life. So let's get the mainsail up. And reel it out a bit. Nice. Yeah, next we're gonna have to change our course north. This means we're gonna jump. Wow. Yeah, that crew head, he's just handling the course, and the sails I have to do. So let's reel out the windward sheet. I think it looks alright, that course. I have to reel this in a bit. And there we go. Moderate wind. Yeah, that's not a course for the topsail. Yeah, let's get up the jib as well. Yeah, that looks alright. Speed. Let's lock the speed. Not too fast, actually. I'm just a bit disappointed that I can't see the off-watch guy down there in the hammocks. But yeah, as I said, the game is in early access. Sure looks a bit like U-boat, doesn't it? It really makes a difference. So I hold in the sheet a bit, and right away we are making some more speed. Yes, sooner or later we are gonna have to go about. Hey, ganze Shootin'. Yeah, that's a game that I just discovered today. It's not a pirate game. It's some kind of trade game. And yeah, it's an open world game. So you're completely free to just go everywhere on the world. You just have to earn money, and at the moment I got an assignment to transport some kind of cargo from Amsterdam all the way to Dubrovnik. And yeah, I'm just getting out from Amsterdam, so this is what this island we have straight ahead. Now we have to move into the North Sea and then southwest. Just trade with extra violence, yeah. And yeah, to convince convince other traders to give you their cargo at a very, very good rate, like for nothing. Hey, ganze Shootin, are you referring to the T-clipper races of the mid-19th century? Yeah, we have to go about soon. Problem is that we will be on a very uncomfortable course by then. So I can give orders to my helmsman to get closer hard. Maybe I should have done that earlier. Now we are really close hard. Still. Okay, yeah, we are not moving any speed anymore. Hey, there is a ship out there. Yeah, let's go about. Yeah, they could do better, probably, but yeah, I think it's also some kind of small developers team. In terms of graphics, U-Boat is, yeah, maybe better, but the atmosphere and this kind of simulation, what you get here in terms of, yeah, sailing, the sailing physics is really great, actually. Just in the wind. Helmsman, please get us a little bit further to southwest. This is very realistic, actually. We're just in the wind, so we missed stays. You can really miss stays in the game. That's very fascinating. So, can we actually reel the stay sails in and bring our bows about? Yeah, guys. Yeah, the sailing actually is pretty nicely simulated. Like right now, we didn't manage to go about. Yeah, we are right in the wind. We are right in the wind. I can't move anymore. Not making any speed through the water. Oh, come on. How do I get out of this? That's realistic, this situation that we have right now. Get the topsail up. So this might give us some backwards speed. To get out of this, let's see if this works. Yep, but that's kind of realistic. That's how it would actually be in real life with such an old school historical sailing ship. There we go. Let's get the topsail down. Oh shit, and right now there is a storm rising. Whoa! Yes, exactly. Now we are gonna have to zigzag upwind. Let's see if it is efficient at least. Okay, at least we're going with 5, 6, 7 knots. 9, 10. 11.5 knots actually. Get a little bit more close hold. Let's see if we can do it like that. And yeah, we are just about to run it around. Come on guys, get us around. Get us around. And there we are. Wondering whether it is possible to sink, right? Could get a little bit closer to the wind. Good. Yeah, he's obviously having some trouble at the helm. Yeah, it is actually. So we are doing quite alright at the moment. Maybe I do have a little bit too much canvas up. Let's get the outer jig down. And there we are. Yeah, it is supposed to look like that. Yeah. The helmsman has a bit of a hard time, actually. But now we are on a good course. Let's see what's our speed. Hey, we are going fast. Yes, exactly. That was a little bit of a weird graphics bug, but now we are doing good. Close hold. Maybe making quite some decent headway. Taking a log. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, why 9 knots almost. So now we are getting out. Did you ever read Herman Melville, Moby Dick? The ship in that book, it's named after a native tribe, actually. Pequot, so it's not named after a girl. Yeah, not wet, just cold. It just depends on the point of view. So, I think Yippee is kind of right if you say handsome and beautiful are the same things. It's just a matter of the point of view, I would say. But yeah, not wet. You're right just as well, what you say. So, yeah. Usual standard is to call a man handsome and not beautiful. Yep. Yeah, we are doing fine, and now we are getting quite some seaway out. Let's shift around. Let's go west and hope that we don't miss stays again. Let's see that we are on the safe side, and wow. Sheets out. Yeah, we are not doing too bad in that storm, but let me be AFK just for 1 minute. Yeah, believe me, that feels pretty alright. So I have been into sailing quite deep. It's a bit some time ago, but deep in the water. I have to get the water out. And this is pretty alright what we do here. We can fall off a bit to southwest and see where we end up. Let's get a little bit closer to the coast. Okay, EPAP. Right. Yeah. So. So have a good one. It was a pleasure to have you in. Sorry, I'm a bit kind of distracted. That's pretty good. So let's see if we can. Reel out the mains a little bit. And they look alright, don't they? So speed at the moment. Yeah, we're doing little speed. Yeah, the goal actually is to do trade, and at the moment I do have a mission to deliver freight, to deliver cargo to some port in the Mediterranean. So we started at Amsterdam. Oh, okay, interesting. We started at Amsterdam. That's where we left port. And if you look at the map, so here Amsterdam, and our job is to sail all that way to Dubrovnik. There is some special cargo that we have. And yeah, this is the beautiful thing. This is open world, just like U-boat. It's in a much more raw state than U-boat, of course, but pretty much like it. So my plan is now to sail all the way here around Europe and finally to Dubrovnik, and there we would get some reward. Yeah, I don't know, just by chance. Actually just today I've can't even tell. Why did I find it? I can't even say how I finally ran into the game. Yeah, really, I can't tell. Now let's get some drink and food. I need some rest, so maybe I should get down the jib. We're just having too much canvas up. is a terrible storm, actually. That's all right. You need to get some rest. That doesn't look good at the moment. Wind has changed, but I need the rest. Just need the rest. Ah! Alright, so we are just about to run ashore. Let's go further west. Wind has shifted. Yeah, we have missed stays again. We are right in the wind. So in the mainsail. And this one as well. Okay, this is maybe England, what we see there. I guess it is. And we have been taking a lot of water. Maybe. Hey, not we're just colder. I really can't tell how I ran into the game. It somehow just crossed my path today. When I was rummaging around in Steam. Okay. We're not making any decent speed at the moment. It's again like we missed stays. Oh shit. Oh shit. How do we get the ship around again? Let's put that sail aback, so this might shift our bows around. Let's see if it's gonna work. Yeah, we're kind of stuck here. In the wind. Maybe I have to set up the auto jib. Get us around. Now let's reel the outer jib in as well and see if this lever will turn us around. Yeah. I think it will. Hey, and that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. So the physics of the ship is simulated greatly in the game. I just love it. I really love that. Hey, nice, thank you very much for the subscription. Not wet, just cold. That's great. Wonderful, that's very much appreciated. So we are just before midnight. We see this in the upper bar. There is this moon symbol, and when the moon is right in the middle, it's midnight. Yeah, that's just great. So guys, I don't know who is still in the stream, but it's a pleasure to have you in. And yeah, I'm always glad to have some comments onto what you see. So I'm streaming games which I am pretty much experienced in, like DayZ or particularly U-Boat. But right now I'm trying out this one and I really love it for its sailing mechanisms. That's just wonderful. How fast are we going? Very slow. Yeah. Reel in. And the outer jib just as well. Reel it in. And let's see if we are making some speed right now. Getting better, at least a bit. Yeah, we have to sail against the wind right now. Having to tack and tack and tack. That's wonderful. That's unbelievable how this is actually simulated in the game. I mean, as I said, maybe you have to be a little bit of a sailing nerd. If you do have a bit of experience and have ever put your feet into a sailboat or a dinghy or whatever, I think you would love that game. Yeah, maybe I should fall off a bit. Okay, he's critical in terms of food and drink, but there will be change of fish shift just any minute and he'll be off watch. It's Mr. Maris, and yeah, you see it's almost midnight, and I think at midnight they are gonna change shift, this guy and the other one. And there he is, yep. I wonder if I should pull up some more canvas. Beautiful. That's really atmospheric. Pretty much like it. Hey. That's okay. All right. Yes, it's getting late. Yeah. Yep. It's a pleasure to have you in, always. And yeah, I think I'm going to continue streaming for the next nights. So I am on holiday right now, so I could sleep a little bit longer every morning. So I think for the next days I am continuing my streams. So it would be a pleasure to have you back in, and see you then. Have a good night. Not wet. See you. Yeah, sooner or later I'm gonna have to tag. But for now, it's alright. There is still this ship all the time. I need some sleep. I mean, in game. Ah. Come on, guy, go south, please. So that's good old England. We almost are running aground here. But at least that was close. So this sleeping and time acceleration mechanisms, you have to get used to them. I think I really fell in love with this game. Ah, shit. So we are stuck again in the wind. So we have to do something to get the bows around. Come on, get the bows around. We are stuck in the wind again, having missed stays. Alright, there we go. Hopefully. Okay. Now we had something like 180 degrees. Change of wind direction. Yeah, but that happens. Let's get that one up just as well. All right. we are passing through the channel. That's unrealistic. When you're in the middle of the channel, you can't see the shores. So they have kind of reduced the scale of the world for the game. Yeah, but maybe that's good. Maybe that's fine for the sake of gameplay. Great. Yep, I really like that game. Ah, yeah, it's getting late. It's really getting late. I have to turn in. So, guys, it was a pleasure to have you in the stream. I don't know who is still there. Yippee up! I think you got out. Not wet, just cold. I think you are out as well. Ganze shooten. If you're still there, it was a pleasure to have you in. So have a good night. And Chainsaw, don't know if you are still there. If you are, all the best wishes, and maybe we're gonna see tomorrow. So, guys, have a good one and see you. Bye bye.